you guys. So I haven't changed pre-filming these both at the same time, as you may have been able to notice, but it's the end of the night and I just wanted to do these both so that I could get them both uploaded in a timely manner. So here we are. So the month of March. I have lofty goals, but I also don't think they're that lofty. Like, all of these have audiobooks available or ebooks that I can read on the go. So we'll see how this month goes. I have 7 books on my TBR for the month, 2 of which I have already finished. So it is March 4th when I am filming this. So that's a pretty good track record. As I said in my last video, audiobooks have kind of become my saving grace. I tend to, if I'm sitting, which I think is a really good habit for me to have gotten into, when I'm sitting and doing nothing, or when I'm sitting playing games on my phone, or I'm in the car or something, right now, instead of listening to music or something else, I put on an audiobook. So I listen to a chapter or 2 or 3, depending on how long chapters are. Or I'll just listen endlessly for 2 hours while I do other things, while I do homework, while I do something. Which has been really nice to have something else versus music or a podcast or a TV show to have on the background, something like that. It's been nice to be able to be consuming books again, because I did miss it in terms of consuming them at the rate that I used to, I guess is the way to put it. So to start off, I'm going to go in order of these books. One of them I don't have physically because I don't have the physical book, but I am going to listen to the audiobook version and can also rent the, I can also rent the ebook version if I choose to want to read a section of it or whatever. So the first 2 books I'm going to talk about I've already read, so I'll talk about my thoughts more. Well, I don't really need to talk about my thoughts. You guys can already probably guess my thoughts on these 2. But I'll talk more about my feelings on them and stuff, ratings and all that in my wrap up. But I just wanted to go over them so that you knew these were on my TBR at the start of the month. The first being The Battle of the Labyrinth, the graphic novel adaptation by Rick Riordan. I've been rereading these as a part of my Rick Riordan reread. After I finished this main series, I decided to reread them, read these for the first time, because the only one I had read before this, or no, I had read Lightning Thief and Sea of Monsters before this, and then I got the last 3 just recently. So this is the first book that I read, and this is the first book on my TBR, so it's already done. Check. Perfect. Now, yes, it's a graphic novel and but still. And then I also, literally like a half an hour ago, before I started filming my previous video, just finished my reread of The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan, which was super exciting to get through this reread so fast during the month. Which means, since I finished Battle of the Labyrinth, there's so much in that title, I hate it. Since I finished that adaptation, I'm also going to try and read The Last Olympian graphic novel adaptation at some point this month, and then my Percy Jackson and the Olympians series reread will be complete. I will have read all of the print versions, and I will also have read all of the graphic novel adaptations, which will be kind of nice to have that checked off of my list, which will be nice. Then, since I finished my reread so quickly of the Mark of Athena, I am going to reread The House of Hades, which, for The House of Hades and for Blood of Olympus, when I get to that, this will be the first time I am rereading this since I first read it back in freshman year of high school? 8th grade? I can't remember when these came out. But this will be my first time rereading these, because when Blood of Olympus came out, I did not reread the series. I reread, I think, Lost Hero and Son of Neptune, but I did not reread all the way through this book. So I'm excited because I truly don't remember this book. I remember chunks. Obviously, it looks like they're in a bad situation. I'm not gonna. These books have been out for a while, but I'm not gonna say where they are, just in case you haven't read any of the Percy Jackson books. If you haven't, what are you doing? My thoughts. I don't know. But this will be an interesting time to actually reread this because I, again, like I said, have never reread this book. I read it for the first time 7 years ago? 6 years ago? When did this book come out? Because I read it like right after it came out. Let's see. I saw it 2013, 7 years ago. That's when I first read this book. That's a long time ago. I was 14. Times have changed in the last 7 years. I'm excited to reread this. And then my last two books are not in any way Percy Jackson related or Harry Potter related, as was pretty evident of the last 2 months in their reads. I have decided that every month, unless there's a book on my TBR that I'm like, ooh, I really want to read that book, I am going to pick a random number and alphabetically count through and pick that book. And that's the book I'm going to read or listen to for that month. So for this month, it was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I'll be really interested to see if I reread the rest of the series after this, because I have always been terrified of this book. It just is so freaky. The pictures are. I've heard the story's not freaky, but to me, this looks freaky, and the children on the back are freaky, and I understand that Ransom Riggs collects these pictures, and that's what he based all of his stuff on, and I watched the movie, but it's just freaky, and I don't know. So what I'm probably going to do is listen to this on audiobook, because that means I won't have to look at the pictures as I go through, because I'm a wuss. And I'll be interested to see how this is as a graphic novel. Like, it's just such a cute book on underneath the dust jacket. Why does the dust jacket have to be so creepy? I just don't get it. Anyway, so I'm going to be listening to this at some point this month. It's only, let's see. It's like 350 pages or so. That's okay. Yeah. 350 pages-ish. So this shouldn't take me too long to listen to it. I think it's like a 10-hour long audiobook or something like that. And then the other book that I don't have is Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. And that is the short story bind-up for the Lunar Chronicles series. I've missed the Lunar Chronicles a little bit. Oh, excuse me. Since I powered through those so quick and listened to them, and they were all so good to listen to. And I've looked up recently that the same narrator narrates all of Marissa Meyer's. Okay, I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. Sorry about that. I stopped you like mid-sneeze. But yeah, so I've missed those characters in the story, and so I'm excited. And it's a pretty short audiobook. And I figured, I'm like, why not? I don't have the book, but I want to kind of get back into her books, and it's a short audiobook, so it's not going to take me very long to listen to it. It'll probably take me like, I don't even know. It'll take me a couple days. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for this video today, guys. I have 7 books on my TBR, but I've already read 2 of them. So I don't think it's that ambitious of a goal. I am waiting until I get Deathly Hallows on loan from my ebook or my audiobook rental place, so from my library. I went ahead and put it on hold so that I would get it as soon as it was available, but I have like 2 weeks left or something like that to wait for it. So we'll see. That might happen this month, but I would not mind bumping that to April, because by the time we get to April, I'll be done with all my graphic novel stuff. I'll almost be done with the reread of Percy Jackson, or not Percy Jackson, Heroes of Olympus series. So reading that book won't be as big of a deal. Because again, it's going to be like a 22-hour long audiobook, so they're a little intense, but they're good, but they're intense. So anyway, that is it for this video today, guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys all in my next video. Goodbye!